We're alive. All right. Well, welcome to Love and Money Secrets TV. I believe this is showing that it's live here. So today I want to share with you guys about what I learned after 6 years of having a bald spot from the traumatic brain injury that I suffered when in 2017, I got hit by a bus. So I was hit on the lower backside of my head and my back at the same time. It crushed my bike. I was catapulted up into the air, suffered brain damage, a neck injury, a back injury, as well as a leg injury. I actually had a laceration from my ankle to my knee, quite miserable. And the ensuing result is that now I have zero issues from any and all of that. I don't have any pain, and I grew my hair back. So I want to share with you a picture. And before we move on to that picture, there's also here I want to share with you. Want to share with you this disclaimer. We don't treat, cure, heal, diagnose, nor do we offer protocols. These suggestions and recommendations don't replace any diagnosis or treatment by a qualified licensed healthcare professional. Strongly recommend that you consult with your doctor concerning your specific health challenge and whatever treatment is needed. That being said, I'm going to share this picture here with you on my desktop. Hopefully it'll share it from this point of view. Can you see, let's see, can you see this picture? I don't think it's showing it. So let me try this again. This is my before picture. Maybe if I do this one, it'll show it better. I think it's showing it now. Yeah, it's highlighted in green. So this is one of my bald spots. This one's not too bad. I had a total of 5 bald spots. 2 of them were the size of my palm. And let me share with you the next one. Let me see if it'll highlight this one next. This is my after picture.
Wow.
Can you see that with the hair clip on top?
Yes.
So that was about the size. You can tell because it's about 3 ears. And it was a fairly large bald spot, pretty miserable. I had, like I said, a total of 5 bald spots on my head and a lot of thinning, and my hair, you can tell it's pretty dry and coarse here. It was pretty colossal mess. And then if you look over, I think I already showed this one. You already saw. Can you see? Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me show. This is what it looked like from the front. I could not put my hair up in a ponytail because obviously it would reveal the bald spots and stuff. So I had to always wear it down. But you can tell from this picture that my hair was pretty dry all over and it was pretty thin. And my hairline was a little farther back at that time. And you can see from this video, let alone this is 2013 or July 13th of 2023. This was 14 months later. You can clearly see my skin's better. My hair is smoother, not as dry. And at this point, that my bald spots were all gone. So, and I had a lot of I still have new hair growth here, but I had hair growth there. You can see the little hairs sticking up. And so that continues to be a wonderful thing to experience, as you can only imagine. I want to share some other people's before and afters. This is what Judith, not only did she have hair loss issues, but she also was overweight. And she has, as of a couple of weeks ago, she's lost 95 pounds. So this is her before picture is here. And then over here, you can see her after picture, and you can see how much fuller her hair is. And you can see how much thinner she also is, and how she's lost quite a bit of weight, and she has a lot less inflammation. She feels much better as well. So that's another one I wanted to share with you guys. Let me share another picture over here with you. Let me see if I can get, actually, I'm going to have to switch this way so I can move these out of the way and see if I can share this with you now. So here's some gentlemen that we have, and you could see their before and afters. Can you see?
No,
You're not seeing that. Okay, so
no.
let's, I think I have to use the preview menu for that.
Yep. There you
There
go.
we go. So here's a gentleman who you can clearly see he had a lot, his hair was far more sparse before. And this is him after having started on this life-saving technology. You can see not only is his hair thicker, but it's also darker. We have another lady over here who, the same thing, her hair was thinner and her hair was much thicker and darker. Her original hair color grew back actually in this particular case. Let me see if I can show you. This is another gal. This is the after. If you can see here, this is the before. And then here's the after. Look at how much more hair she has. So that's another one. Here's another gentleman who wanted, he had a very, strong receding hairline, and he wanted to thicken his hair and improve his overall health. And from January to June, in just a 6-month period, not only did he improve his hairline, and his hair is thicker, you can clearly see it, it's much thicker, it's not as thin as it was here, but he also had some changes in size in a positive manner. And so now he's at a healthier, more optimal level. Okay, this is another gal who had a significant amount of hair loss. She was very, very thin on top. And you can clearly see the increased thickness in hair. She has a lot more hair. It's thicker. Her original hair color started to regenerate as well. And you can also see how, her complexion, because she has increased collagen, in just 90 days, she was able to see this type of an effect. And this is a friend of mine, Gary, September, October, November, 90 days. He put here 60 days. So it was between 60 and 90 days, but you can clearly see his hair was thinner before, and it's definitely thicker. Well, actually, is this Gary? Yeah, it looks like it is Gary. And here we have another gentleman who had very thin, almost no hair on top, and he started to grow his hair back over time.
Hmm.
So these are just some examples of some people like you with families like yours who are experiencing incredible results as a direct result of looking into starting this orthomolecular technology. It's an organic nanotechnology that uses photo. That's a big word. Photo, that's light, right? Photobio, we're biological beings. Modulation is movement and change. And so this organic nanotechnology that uses photobiomodulation is the on switch. There's no medicine. We have a UCLA lab that verified for the USADA and the Olympic Board. There's no medicine, there's no synthetics, there's no chemicals in here. These are organic crystals that are programmed with frequencies. And then they're arranged in a very specific pattern to signal the body to do very specific things. And it's activating your original blueprints to repair and restore everything head to toe in the body. And then you get these type of results, as you saw, not just with my own self, because I don't have any bald spots anymore. I can turn around. I don't have the way to have, take a picture of myself from back here. It's kind of like too difficult. I tried doing it in front of a mirror and I couldn't really quite position it. So I can show you on camera. I no longer have any bald spots.
Wow. Thick hair.
Yeah, it's much thicker.
Wow. My goodness.
Yeah, so I don't have, and my hair is so much softer and smoother. And my daughter, it's funny because it's been a couple years now. My daughter still comments. She's like, "Mom, your hair is so soft and silky." And she runs her fingers through my hair, which is like, wow, what a nice compliment, right? To have my daughter say that. So, and she wouldn't say it if it weren't true because she's not one to give out a lot of compliments. I'm not saying that she's not nice. She's a very nice human being. I'm just saying that that's something that changed that she like, oh, because she doesn't live with me. She hasn't lived with me for a few years now. So that's a very exciting thing to have happen. So my friends and gems, if you happen to know Carol and are in the Washington, Yelm area, reach out to her because she can help you get started on this life-saving technology. She will answer any and all questions that you might have. I've affectionately coined her my co-host because she's on the majority of this. She has a hunger and a thirst for learning, and she's had such spectacular results herself on this orthomolecular technology, which is really phenomenal. And we are passionate about wanting to help get people to a better feeling place. We just want you to get out of pain. We really want to help, delete the pain so that you can live your happiest, fullest life. And you're now no longer chained to not being able to do all sorts of things because the pain inhibits you. Oh my gosh, I had so many things that I could not do after my accident. I could not work for months after that. It was pretty horrible. And the pain was really excruciating. And anybody who's been through any kind of accident or, pain is really a relative thing. We all have experienced pain to a different degree or another. I'd never experienced pain like that before, even though I've had the pain of childbirth, but that was not nearly as bad as what I went through when I got hit by a bus. But you know what? Pain is always in our life for a purpose. It's there to teach us something. It's there to point us towards different things. And for some people, pain can be a trigger. It can make them become very angry and very nasty because the pain, and we have to recognize that. There are some people that we consider them to be grouchy and to be, very unpleasant. And it's the root of that is because they're in perpetual pain. And, they haven't found anything to give them relief. And so pain over a long period of time can get you very frustrated and it can make you mad because you can't find a solution. Okay. Not everybody responds in anger, but some do. Other people, we respond because we don't do that outward outleash. When you turn that inward, then that turns into depression. It becomes very depressing because you are not leashing out to others because you recognize it's nobody else's fault, even though other people might be irritating you, not meaning to, but because you're in so much pain. If they go to hug you, you're like, the pain is like, you want to like, don't touch me because it's so difficult not to increase pain. And so, then you self-isolate because then you don't want to be around anyone because you don't want to make others feel bad, but you don't want to feel worse. So it's kind of like this nasty, ugly, vicious cycle until you find something that works. And I got to tell you, I was relentless in my pursuit of a solution. I'm going to say that again. I was relentless in my pursuit of a solution. And I know that so is Carol.
Yeah.
Was like, I don't care where, how, when, who, why, where, what, some way, somehow, I'm going to get rid of all these heart issue things and I'm going to get rid of this shingles yucky thing. And somewhere, somehow, I will find a solution. I don't know the specifics in this moment, but there is a solution out there and I'm going to find it. And guess what? Here she is, thousands of times better than she was than when she started. And she's helped hundreds of people. My goodness, she's even helped several people who are blind who actually now can see.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. And it's like, it's still mind blowing to me that that's even a possibility. We don't make any medical claims, but there is something out there that can give you relief. And it's not masking, hiding what's wrong, throwing it under the rug. It's actually turning off pain receptors while it's regrowing the parts that are damaged or tainted or toxified or what have you, whatever's not in its right state, it's actually being repaired. Does it happen instantly? Well, for Carol, as
Yeah.
serious as your thing,
Yeah.
Kind 15 minutes is kind of instant for me in my book, for her.
Yeah.
She was a one patch wonder in the sense that it was a 1 day wonder where the first day her AFib was gone within the first 15 minutes. Incredible. And it's never come back since.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Not all of us are so lucky. For me, it was more progressive and it took a longer period of time. So everybody's different, but everybody does experience pain relief with this. And no one is so special. That's the other thing. If you think, oh, well, I'm very sensitive to this and nothing ever works for me and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? You still have lungs, you still have a heart, you still have blood, you still have bones, you still have muscles. You're a mammal. Every single mammal, whether you're a human being or a quadruped like a horse, a dog, a cat, a goat, guess what? All of them have experienced relief and reparation at a cellular level right off the bat. And then we have scientific studies that show 10 minutes after, wearing this medical device, which is very it's like not very obvious. You can, if you don't want anybody to see it, I could just as easily put it under where no one could see it under my clothes, but I want you guys to be able to see it. So I have a whole string on the back here, but on the front, I wear this one. This is a Eon patch, one that manages and regulates inflammation, and it balances your left and your right brain. Don't think that that's not valuable to me. Monumentally valuable. And to Carol, I know, because she wears it today too, it's monumentally valuable too.
Yeah.
So if any of this, if maybe just one thing here resonates with you, maybe you're just curious, you might want to get on our Zoom at 7 p.m. If you prefer to call our hotline, you can call the hotline. I'm going to put my avatar here where you can see the hotline number is 949-478-2221. If somebody referred you to the Zoom, then you can get back to the person who referred you to the Zoom and they can connect you to myself or Dr. Stacy, and we'll help you with them to get you started so that you can get the help that you need. And it's always tailored to you. Dr. Stacy and I, we do patch placement calls on everybody that we get started. So if you have pain in multiple areas of the body or one area of the body, doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to get that pain level to go down 50 to 100% in that first day. That's what I teach and train doctors and holistic care practitioners throughout North America, as well as Europe. In fact, June 13th and 14th, I'll be back in London teaching and training doctors and holistic care practitioners side by side with my partner, Dr. Stacy Hallweger from Sarasota, Florida. See, you don't have to be perfect to do this. I just called Florida, Flora. I'm pointing out a mistake I just made. Don't think I didn't notice that. Yes, I said I called Florida, Flora. But it doesn't matter. See, you don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect. None of us have to be perfect.
Right.
But we need to be pain-free and we need to be healthy so that you can enjoy this beautiful life that our Creator has provided for us. All right, my friends and gems, we're going to call it a wrap. It's 2:27 p.m. You can join my Zoom. That's going to be in 5 hours at 7 p.m. And that's at DameLillianZoom.com. And always, always, always remember to get back to the person who referred you to this YouTube link, to this Zoom, and we'll be sure to help you get all your questions answered, because I think that's one of the most important things, that you get answers to your questions. All right, Carol, thanks again from Yelm.
Yeah.
Yelm,
Thank
I'm here in
you.
Southern California. Ciao.
Bye-bye.